All right, this is the Sprayman, and today we're going to do a video on demonstration on Titan's new Impact X120. This is a cordless unit. It uses two Bosch 4 amp batteries that you get a full 4 gallons of spraying per charge. And it does have a 30-minute quick charge on those batteries. The container holds technically a gallon and a quart. You're not going to you'll put a full gallon in, and then you have slosh room on the top to go. So you can put a full gallon, sprays up to 4 gallons per charge. So compared to some of the other cordlesses out there, you can do more than just trim and doors. You can do things like maybe deck railings, fences, garage doors. It comes with a 9-foot hose. So the other beauty of this is it cleans up so fast. But it's a regular airless. It is not a air atomizer or a spooling up airless unit. It's a piston pump. There is a consumer version of this out that's sold at some of the home centers and online. It is not the same thing. A few of the differences are the batteries itself. You get about a third of the life out of the batteries that come with the consumer model. I'm saying spraying that per charge. The pump itself is different. Not only will this handle a larger tip, a 17 thousandths tip versus a 15 thousandths, this pump can handle solvents versus the other one is only latex. This pump on the commercial can also be rebuildable. It's a replaceable pump. Once you get so many gallons through it, you can rebuild this pump. The other one is a throwaway. Some of the other differences, they put on cheap backpack straps where this has a padded backpack strap. This comes with 2 commercial tips, a low pressure HEA tip 517 and a 312 fine finish tip. And periodically there's promotions from the manufacturers that'll throw in extra tips, where the consumer one is generally 1 consumer tip that is not interchangeable with any commercial guns. So tips itself. The gun. This is a professional aluminum gun, the RX80 that comes with this unit, versus the consumer one is white metal and plastic essentially. What else? I think we covered warranty. This has a full year warranty against defect. The consumer does a 30-day. So I think we hit all the points. The looks, they don't call it the X120. They give it some other number. Let's see. It is called the Control Max 1650. But, all right, so that's the differences. That's what we have here. So what we want to do is we want to show how to set it up. Because it's a regular airless pump, this is what you're seeing in there. I have the paint already in there. You would prime it. This is your prime spray. Once it's primed, it's gravity, so it primes pretty quick. Builds up pressure, it'll stop. This is our control knob, our pressure control knob. The maximum pressure on this unit is 1500 psi. This is a mechanical pressure control, so it's not like you're getting this, super difference in pressure, but it's 1500 psi is max. A low pressure HEA tip designed for 1000 psi, and a fine finish low pressure tip designed at 1200 psi. So this unit should have plenty of power to do that. But a standard SC6 tip from Titan, the red flag, or a Graco Rack 5 tip, those are designed to atomize at 2800 psi. So, you can get tails and whatnot. So once the pump is primed, let's talk about taking it out of the box. I have another one without paint, so I can show you the inside. This is a little strainer that's in the bottom. These are small piston pumps. There is a little ball and spring in there, and this is designed to push down on that ball. If you don't clean it properly, it knocks the ball loose. So as I push down, it's pushing the ball loose. So that's what I recommend. If you haven't used it yet, put some water in there. If you're working with a latex, turn it on, make sure it's working with water before you fill it up with paint, and then find it's not priming. But that's a nice little feature, is to knock that ball loose. It also comes with the 90-degree. A lot of people don't know what that is, why to use it, but you put it on there. If you don't, you go straight to the pump. You're pulling at it, and often you'll kink the hose. It comes with a grounding strap, and you say, well, why would I need this grounding plug on there? Because it's capable of spraying solvents, and I've sprayed gel stripper with this. It's kind of a cool thing. You plug it in, you can plug it into a 3-way outlet, and you see the metal would go to the grounding plug, and then that goes there. But you could clip this on to anything else that's grounded, then the unit is grounded. So if we're spraying with a solvent-based material, that's where they're saying you should ground the machine. How many guys do that? I don't know, but that's why they include that. These are the 2 Bosch batteries. So they tell you where your charge is on there, but you're getting 2 of them and a charger. So I've seen these where the 2 batteries and the charger alone is like $350. So part of the cost on that is the batteries. They're great batteries that go with the charger. I've also seen where you can buy adapters on there where they were running Milwaukee batteries on these too. But what happens is the space on the spacer to put the adapter on makes it a little higher, so it, now it's sitting more on the battery than it is in the machine. This is the gun I mentioned that comes with it. In here there is a filter. Use this as a wrench to take that off. And we're going to unscrew this, and there is a gun filter in here. It comes with a white gun filter, so standard 517. You notice the tapered end of that gun filter? That goes into the gun itself. That's how it goes in, not the other way. And yes, it will go in the other way, but you're going to you're going to restrict the pressure on your unit. So I've run into that where you get tailing them because of the gun filter is put in backward. So that is the filtered gun. Now this is a small pump. This pump is not designed to replace a 440 and just run hundreds and hundreds of gallons through it. This is a specialty pump. That it is. Let's not oversell it for what it is. But that's the gun. It's a 2-finger gun. Comes with a swivel. On this unit that I'm demoing, I have an accessory, so this does not come with it. But this is the Easy Swivel. This is a 3-way swivel, and you can see This is under pressure right now, and you see how easy that is to swivel. So it swivels 3 ways: this way, and this way. So it's better than a whip, and that fits on anybody's. That's a standard 1/4 inch connection, high pressure swivel. What else did I miss on there? I think that's it. We talked about the straps. Although it is a backpack unit, what I found out is most guys are not using it as a backpack. They'll use it just to carry along as they spray, or set up like we're doing here, set up in a spray area and just spray that. But you can, it obviously backpack. Some have been told they've used it for tall atrium ceilings, and they'll put a power roller. It's a regular piston pump. So you can take this off, put an internal power roller, strap that on your back, climb up on a ladder, and roll out some stuff where you're not dipping or running a long pole or getting up on top of a scaffolding. So this is the unit. Reversible tip. I have the fine finish. This happens to be a 410 that I have in here right now. But you can see, you know, let's just talk about the tip itself. These fine finish tips, it's a much more feathered edge than you're getting on some of the other tips that are out there. So as I get a clog, we can see how the reversible works. We turn the tip back and blow that out. I will say, if you find you're doing a lot of the fine finish, a 10,000ths is a very small orifice. You should change your gun filter from the white, this is an accessory, it doesn't come with the unit, to at least a yellow fine filter. And then you'll avoid annoying things like that, getting tip clogs. But there, I just blew out the clog. Put this back in. I don't know if that'll pick up on camera, but that really, here, maybe I pick it up and you look on it from an angle and you'll see what a great finish that is. It starts, when you start to do things, boy, it starts putting competition on the HVLP, because it really is nice finish. So all reversible tips will gather paint inside. You know, the carbide, the tip has to be recessed in the barrel so that it can turn around. And in there, that's where paint will gather. So normally, if we're doing fine finish, we're working off the surface and off. So, but we're not getting this spit. It's just a nice, it's a quiet unit. At these low pressures, you can see there's very little overspray that we're running. Look at that atomization that's off on the top. That just shows you how fine that this is going. At, I don't even know what pressure, because there's no gauge on here, but I can turn that up even higher. No need to, because now we're blasting it out there, but let me turn that back down. That's the control that's on there. So this is it. This is the backpack. I've sprayed regular latex paint on walls with the HEA tip, doors, trim, molding with the fine finish tip. I did the exterior on a house with exterior latex run there. It worked great on a chimney to climb up on the roof and just spray that chimney out. Doing shutters it's nice where you don't have to have the big pump. It's easy for that type of thing. I've been told guys will use it for dry fall on skippers, stencils for stripers, because it can do hot solvent and do the larger tip with the 17 thousandths tip. They can get away with that. So I would say that's it for now.